I'm 23. And I just enjoyed an incredible cupcake that just made me feel all types of right. And I'm going to go shower soon. But I just wanted to give y'all some wisdom going into my 23rd year of life. So these are 10 things I think that are super important to remember at all times. One, that is okay to fail. It is okay to not be okay. It's okay to be shitty at something, like we're not good at everything. So if you can find something that you're good at, really work on it. If you find something you love, and you're great at it, try to dedicate some time to it if you can. And, put your best foot forward and care about it. Don't just, make it something you're doing. Make it a part of you. I think it's important to remember that your body is not going to ever look like anyone else's. Like, you can look at Fitspo and Thinspo all day long, but you're not going to look like those people. Not everyone, at least. And if you don't, you shouldn't feel bad, because there's so many people that look different. Like, everybody looks different, like even thin people. Not all thin people are the same type of thin. Not all fat people are the same type of fat. And when I say type, I just mean, the way that you perceive yourself. So you really have to understand that you're a one of a kind. So how in the fuck can you compare yourself to something when it is not like you and you are not like it? So important. Also, it's very important to remember that you are important. You are important. The way you feel is important. You should make sure to tell people how you feel, especially if you feel happy and positive about them. And also the negative stuff. Don't frame it, in an angry way, but if you have a negative thing to say to someone, maybe you can bring it out positively by saying, I like the way you did this, but I did not enjoy this. You know what I mean? So that way, no matter what, they know that you liked something, but that they're trying to tell you in the nicest way that you need to work on something. And, if it's all love, there can't be any room for hate. Also, remember that you're not always going to be happy. And that's okay. And you're not always going to like what you see in the mirror. But as long as you remember that you are one of a kind, you will be able to work with yourself. And I'm not trying to say if you want to change your body or if you want to change, you can't. But just understand that there's so many forces out there that are pushing you to want this or want that or do this or do that or feel this or feel that or work towards a goal that you don't even want. Someone else wants for you. And I also think, lastly, you should remember that people in your family, you don't have to love those people. I think a lot of times, we get told that it's your family, you gotta stick together. And sometimes our family does things to us that is fucking unacceptable, fucking terrible. And if you make a way, if you try to explain yourself to your family, if you try to work with your family and let them know you're hurting me, being able to communicate, if you're doing that, if you're really trying to work things out and they're not, you really have to let go. You have to understand when to let go of people, of friends, of family, people that you might think you love. You might have to let them go because it's not worth damaging you. And realize when you're damaged. Realize when, and it's not easy, but realize when some shit is really affecting you. Don't put shit in a bag and put it away. Because at some point in time, you're going to have to deal with it. And then it's going to be hella bags you got to deal with. And you don't know what you're going to find in there. You're going to have to really break yourself down. You're going to have to really work. That's what I'm doing right now. I really realized that I have a lot of stuff I need to work on. And it's humbling, but it's also scary because you know, a lot of times we like to put on a brave face and say we're fine, and we're not. So no longer saying I'm fine, like actually dealing with my issues is like so great. But it is a challenge. It's not without consequence. But the only consequence is like crying and like being like unbelievable and like just and but you feel like a weight is off you, you know, you feel like you're able to just move on and like have a new kind of a look on things. You know what I mean? You're able to really just see something else. And last, promise last. I just want to say that I think if you are fat, skinny, tall, disabled, you know, anything, you know what I mean? Anything, this goes to everybody. You need to realize that your life is the only thing you really have. You know, a lot of shit could be taken from you. Your life is some shit that be happening. Like you wake up, your life is happening now. You know, I'm not trying to sound like an Everest commercial, but like for real, you gotta take charge. You gotta take charge. But also, when I say take charge, that can mean so many different things. I'm not trying to tell you rise and grind. You know, motivate you. Fuck all that. You don't have to be busy to be doing good. You don't have to be making hella money to be living well. You know, like break down those stereotypes, break down those theories that you have to be doing or being or anything other than you yourself naturally to have anything that anyone else has. And if you do, then why the fuck would you want it? Why the fuck would you have to do all types of stuff just to get recognition, just to get a feeling, you know? And I don't know, 23, man, reflective, but I'm here and I'm hoping that, you know, I spoke to somebody out there. I know I always do. I know y'all got me. I fuck with y'all. All right, so bye.